So today we're going to be doing another short but sweet video, and I bet you can guess what we're making today. Well, obviously you've read the title, but check this one out. And of course, Oreos. And they're pretty damn delicious, even I like them. But I didn't want the processed ones, I wanted to try out my homemade version of Oreos. And if you like the processed version, that's absolutely fine, but I wanted to do a homemade version to give you a better quality. So it doesn't take a lot to make these biscuits, well, technically cookies. So I'm going to show you how to make that Oreo biscuit and also that creamy filling, but we're going to do the filling slightly different. We're going to do a vanilla butter. So if you feel this cheeky chap has some good content, feel free to hit that subscribe button and also feel free to hit the bell notification to let you know when these videos are ready. So that's enough out of me, let's crack on with these Oreos. So first off, we need to start making those Oreo cookies, so grab yourself a large mixing bowl. So we're going to need 225 grams or 1 cup of unsalted cube butter. In addition, we want 225 grams or 1 cup of sugar. We also want 240 grams or 8.4 ounces of plain or all-purpose flour. And then to get that dark color on the Oreos, we're going to need some special dark cocoa powder. And with that, we're going to need 125 grams or 1 cup. And then 1 pinch of salt. And then lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So you want to get in there and break down that butter using your thumb and index finger to incorporate it into the dry ingredients. So after about 5 minutes of breaking down the butter, it should be looking something like this. So next we're going to need 2 whole egg yolks. And then also 2 or 3 tablespoons of milk. And then get your hands in there and give that a good mix around. And also keep the milk out, you might need a little touch more, just to add until the dough is bound together. And if it's not mixing together, don't worry, don't soil yourself, just add a little touch more milk. It was there for the picking, I couldn't help myself. And once your dough's bound together, you want to cling film this up and let it rest for about 5 minutes in the fridge. And I bet you're wondering, how are we going to shape these Oreos? With this wonderful press off Amazon. And if you want to buy this, I'll put the link in the description box below. In addition, if you want to support me further, feel free to use my affiliate link before buying it. So it doesn't just have 1 mold, 2 mold, 3 mold, 4 mold, 5 molds, 6 molds, 7, oh wait, that's it. So it has 6 different designs you can play around with your Oreos. So once your dark, elusive cookie dough has finished resting from the void, well, technically fridge, you want to carefully cut this in half. Wrap the other half up and we can roll this one out later. And then just moderately dust the table with flour. So grab yourself a rolling pin and then just carefully roll out the cookie dough to about 1 millimeter. And then just very lightly dust the mold with flour. And then just very carefully push on the outside and on the top very gently. And you should have an Oreo cookie. And then just repeat the same for the dough and just make sure you reapply some flour after each press. And then after a few, if you want to change up the pattern, you can do. But just bear in mind that you need 2 per cookie. And if you got scraps, make sure you keep them, re-roll them, and then you can shape them again. And then repeat the process with the second dough. And before you know it, you should only have a few cookies to bake, yeah. And don't worry, it's only about 40 cookies, right? I mean, that doesn't seem much at all. So as you've got quite a few, you might need to do a few batches. And then pop them in the freezer for roughly about 5 minutes just to really firm up before they start cooking. And also don't forget to preheat your oven to 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. So these are finally firmed up and these are going to go in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. So we've just taken these out of the oven and they're looking spot on. So we're going to let these cool down now and we're going to crack on with the filling. So for the vanilla butter filling, you're going to need some soft butter. And you know what I'm like. It's, oh, wait. I think I'm getting butter at this. Yes, that's what I said, better at this. And we've got 8 ounces or 226 grams of unsalted butter. So grab your KitchenAid with the paddle attachment. And then add the 226 grams of butter and then put it onto a low speed to beat it until it's nice and creamy. So once the butter is creamed, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then 8 tablespoons of icing sugar or powdered sugar. And then just very carefully turn on to a low speed. Otherwise the icing sugar will be pretty much everywhere. And then let that beat together for about 1 or 2 minutes until silky and smooth. So once it's nice and smooth, pop it into a piping bag with no nozzle. So once the bag is filled, cut the bottom and then grab one of your Oreo cookies and then carefully pipe some butter in a swirl all the way around the disc. And then put the second one on and just give it a little twist. And then you might want to run your finger all the way around just to give it that seal. And that's pretty much it, and you want to do the same for the rest of them. And there we go, folks. There is our homemade Oreo cookies. And it only has two elements, the Oreo cookies and the vanilla buttery filling. And if you like Oreos and you want something a little bit more higher quality, then this is where it's at. So we can't really do much of a cross section with this, but we could snap one in half. So pretty much just breaking this bad boy in half. Look at that. And on that note, to finish up, that's how the cookie crumbles. And that's it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the homemade Oreo cookies. And if you want to try these out, as per usual, the list of ingredients will be below in the description box. So we'll be back next week with another episode. But if you can't wait until then, feel free to come stop by on Twitch. We'll be cooking Monday to Thursday, 10 AM Mountain Time, live with some delightful dishes. Also, I love hearing back from you, folks. Feel free to give a like, dislike, and also feel free to give a comment. Always appreciated. And also not forgetting to hit that subscribe button and also that bell notification to let you know when the videos are up. But until next week, folks, stay safe, awesome, and amazing.